Okay, now I'm done. This is the Urban Decay Face Bond. I bought this a little while ago, but I had not opened it, had not used it, and then I remembered I should probably try it. So I have it on this side. I put this on at 9 a.m. It is currently 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So we're gonna go ahead and add it to this side. I just have my skincare from this morning, my SPF. I'm not gonna add a primer. I'm just gonna go straight in with it. So this is in the shade 21, which is medium neutral. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you right now, I think it's great, but let's apply it together. So how I decided to use this product is I actually put it on the back of my hand. I put about that much, and then I took a kabuki style brush and I just worked it into my brush. I didn't go directly onto my skin. I'm actually trying not to do that, to go straight on, either put a foundation or a skin tint on my face. I'm trying to prime my brush. That's what all of the makeup artists say to do, is to prime your brush. And so that's what I'm doing. It helps, you know, kind of not putting too much product on. And I've been really finding it a really good way to apply my skin tint. Urban Decay's Face Bond in shade 21 medium neutral. I really like it. I might add just a little bit more. Not a lot, literally just a swish. And why did I add a little more? Just because I'm really self-conscious about my hyperpigmentation. Yes, I know I should have probably used a color corrector, but I don't like it. I just don't like it. I've tried it. Whatever's left, I am going to put a little, just going to tap it on my eyelid. It's literally not a ton. I just wanted to maybe, you know, even things out a bit up there too. So, okay, let's go on to my next step. The Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. It also has a doe foot applicator. I use it both ways. It just happened to be one where I'm using the pump. Work it into my bristles, just some warmth. And that's what I love about the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Bronzing Serum. It's just adding a little warmth. It's in the shade medium dark. All of the bronzing products from Mario's line are medium dark for me. With a little blusher, this is the ABH Blurring Serum Blush, and it's in the shade Guava. Again, I'm not going straight in on my face because I want it to be subtle. Okay, this is the Merit brush. So I'm gonna prime. I just blended all of that in, and I just wanted a little flush of color. Blush is all it's going to give me. Oh, you know what? I forgot to do a little bronzing on my nose with what's left on my brush. Okay, see? Just subtle. Concealer is Sarah Creel. Pricey, yes. Worth it? Also yes. You don't need very much. As a matter of fact, you could probably use this as your entire skin tint routine. But for the sake of me, I'm just going to use it like I normally would. But you don't really need a whole lot. So even though this is pricey, it's just going to last you quite a bit. And it can replace a foundation or a skin tint because you can just use this. And I'm going to use it with the concealer brush she released with it. And I'm going to tell you, also pricey, but also really nice. So fun fact about me, if there is a brush that goes with the product, chances are I'm going to buy the brush because I also have a brush thing, as you can see right there. Or maybe you can't, then that's not all of them. I have a drawer for my double double-ended, double-ended brushes that I refused to buy for the longest time and now have a collection of them. Isn't it funny how that works? Concealer on. It's a really good concealer and it's specifically made for mature skin, so she's pricey, but she's worth it. Now before I go in with my powders, when I went to pick up my order, I got this cute little bottle of the Tarte LifeLock setting spray. So I'm going to use that now to lock in all of my cream products. This is just a little baby. It is available at Sephora. Oh, I'm going to let that dry down. Then I'll come back and use some powders. I'm going to set my under eyes with Pat McGrath. This is in the shade Baby Pink. And I'm going to use the Sephora Collection brush. This is number 98. And I just gently tap. I don't do a lot of powder because I've got crinkly under eyes. So I'm not trying. When I don't use the Sephora 98 brush, I use the Sephora Puff. If you have not picked this up, you really need to, because oh my goodness, this is my favorite. For bronzer, I'm going to use my new Dior Forever Nude Bronze. It's in the shade 4. When I tap into a powder product, I will always diffuse it here because, again, kind of like we talked about already, I'm not sitting here trying to like mess up what I've done already by putting on a product that with, you know, where I don't have control of the application. Then we're just in for a mess. She's beautiful. Oh, blusher. This is from Kosas and it is Butterflies. Oh, such a cute shade. And the brush I'm going to use is another one of my Sephora Collection favorites. Is the 93. I love the angle of this. Tap it in. I was really unsure about the Kosas blushes when they first launched, but I don't know why, because they are absolutely amazing. It is a powder formula, but it's got the most beautiful satin sheen to it. And if you don't like highlighting products, use a product like the Kosas blush, because it just gives you, like on this side, I don't have any highlighter. That is the blush. I mean, it's just very subtle, and I like subtle. I like subtle. You would not think so, but I do. I like subtle. Eyes is going to be Makeup by Mario. It's a classic for a reason. I love to use it with my Sephora Collection number 26 brush. Almost always go in before I go in with my browns. I go in with this peachy color, a little bit of that, just to kind of help me neutralize my lid. Just something that I kind of stumbled upon for my own self is using that peachy shade. And then I go in with this, the lightest shade, and I tap it into my inner corner. And I do that so that it adds brightness without adding that highlighter, that 2016 highlighter effect. I never did that because I never thought I could pull that off. So I never did it. Then you can see that that is the much loved shade. If we could get an entire like single of just that color, that would be really nice. Then if I want to just deepen it up a little, I go back in and I just tap between those two shades. And I just put a little bit of that in my crease, and then I take a flat end brush and I go into these two colors and I just give myself a little shading. Now you can also do that with your bronzer, but since we're here, we're using this. Before I go in with my mascara, I'm going to go in with the Fenty flat liner in the shade Big Truffle. This is my absolute favorite brown liquid liner. Because I have mature lids, what I like to do is also pull up a little, gently, obviously, and now I can expose that little creased section that, you know, us mature ladies get on our lash line. I don't know if our 20-year-old babes know that, but yeah, you will get like this little crease situation. It's quite lovely. Once that liner dries, I do go in with a little bit of a darker shade, and I just set that. If I don't do it, will the flat liner go anywhere? No, not really, but I just like to not give it any options because I do have watery eyes, and so sometimes that affects it. Okay, now House Labs. I've been loving House Labs. If she came out with a waterproof version, I would love that, because I am somebody that needs to do a primer in order for my lashes not to fall, because they always fall. Somebody told me to use the Tower 28 because it would help, because it's a really light formula, but they still fell. Refi has a really nice one, also fell. Everything makes my lashes fall. So I go in with a primer that holds them up, and then I've been using this one and I love it. It's so good. That I finished with all of my powder products, I'm going to go in again with my little baby Tarte Life Lock. I think I can compare it to another recent launch also. So let me know if you want to know what I think it's very similar to. Oh, let's do brows. Ooh, I should have done this I should have done this in the beginning. So this is Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I go in and I just kind of get it all in there. And then I let it sit for like a minute or two. And then I come back and I put them back into place. All that sets, we're gonna line our lips with Sephora Collection lip liner in the shade Rosewood. Not a lot, I'm just gonna do my Cupid's bow area. And then just blend it. And then this is a Sephora Collection. This Sephora Collection plumping gloss in the shade 02. If you are someone that had used the Benefit Brow 24-Hour Brow Setter, if you've used the 24-hour, if you are someone that had used the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter and you were like, I don't get the hype, I don't get the hype, trust me, what you need to do is put a little on, let it sit, let it marinate, and then come in and put on a little bit more. And then you have a little bit more control over those brows. And when you, like, they're stiff. So it definitely does work, because the first time I bought this product, I was like, what is all the hype? It doesn't work, because I wanted it to be immediately laminating these brow hairs on mine, and it didn't do it. But now that I learned how to use it, and once my brows are set, I do go in with the Anastasia pencil and just fill in a couple of the little gaps. I don't like put a lot of pressure. I just kind of do a subtle shading, just because I don't have, I have some areas that are a little more sparse than others. So that is the face, using the Urban Decay Face Bond, the Makeup by Mario Bronzing Serum, Sarah Creel, ABH for these are all my cream products. For my powder products, I use the Dior bronzer, the Pat McGrath pink powder, and the Kosas blush. So Happy Sephora sale. May the odds be ever in your favor. Yeah, that was cheesy. I think now I'm done. Goodbye.